You too, what it do? For those of you who are new, I'm Dante, and we got 10 WWE superstars who wrestled way past their prime. And the video comes from WrestleLamia, you feel me?
10 WWE wrestlers that wrestled way past their prime. Number 10, Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle is cited by many fans and fellow wrestlers as being one of the best bell-to-bell pro wrestlers of all time. Throughout the 2000s, Angle was incredible in the ring, but gradually over time, Angle's body began to give up, yet Angle refused to retire. Angle's matches during his final few years in TNA weren't at the quality fans or Angle wanted, and when Angle had one final run in WWE between 2017 to 2019, everything just seemed to fall apart. Angle had numerous matches against the likes of Chad Gable, Samoa Joe, and AJ Styles, and all of these were vastly disappointing, as Angle was clearly struggling to get through the respective match.
Oh my god.
Vastly disappointing, as Angle was clearly struggling.
The way he just run, oh my god, bro. The way that he just tried to run.
Joe and AJ Styles, and all of these were vastly
I wonder
disappointing.
when this was, because I stopped watching. That clip is so terrible. I started watching WWE for a cool minute. Well, for one, I watched it because Undertaker lost. No, that's not the reason. I probably just got bored of it, or when I just figured out that it was fake. I mean, I didn't care because I still enjoyed it, but like at the same time, I don't know. I probably just got into some other shit. I don't know. I got into games. That's why I would always play the game past like the time that it was on. When summer came past, I was just playing the game from fucking sick. From the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep, or like to, I don't know, bro. I was just a kid. Being a dirty ass little kid, you would just hop on the game. You wake up, either the PlayStation controller is on your bed, or you wake up and you grab it from your whatever, on the floor, dresser, whatever.
To get through the respective match.
Let me watch that clip.
When Angle eventually retired at WrestleMania 35, fans were officially ready to see Angle get put out of his misery.
Angle's neck was big as shit. Like, look at this, bro. That hump on the back of his neck, and then it just goes to his skull. I wonder what that is. Either that's a muscle or that's had to do something with surgery. Because I never seen nobody's neck look like that, bro.
Baron Corbin highlighted that Angle should have called it a day a long time ago. Whilst these last few years weren't favourable to Angle, this ultimately didn't hinder his legacy one bit, as he was still beloved and celebrated by fans and his peers. It was just a case of everyone wanting Angle to ride off into the sunset with his aura and credibility intact. Number 9, The Big Show. A Big Show deserves all the credit in the world for delivering at a high level for years on end. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. And around 2014, the fan perception of the Big Show began to shift. Big Show's character and in-ring work regressed significantly, and this led to fans turning on him. WWE had a talented roster, yet Big Show was pushed based solely on his name and legacy, and his performances weren't justification for such a strong main event level push. To his credit, a few years into this shifting crowd response, he managed to get himself in insanely great shape, and some of his matches against Braun Strowman were some of the finest work of his entire career. The matches with Strowman would have been perfect to send Big Show off into his next chapter, but that wasn't the case. Big Show continued to wrestle, and even had matches in AEW which paled in comparison to his prior work. Recently, the Big Show had a match reuniting with his tag team partner in WWE, Chris Jericho, on the Jericho Cruise. Whilst this has been his only match in 2024, some fans may have found this one a hard watch.
I'm not gonna lie, yo, to look like Chris Jericho and have that wrestling attire, bro. Chris Jericho probably don't give a fuck about nothing, bro. Like, I'm not even trying to bash him for it, but like, bro, for him to look like that and then to just come out in like a Speedo. Secondly, I remember when Big Show, yo, I never seen Big Show without his beard, right? I hope you could search it up. It's a match between him and Braun Strowman. I'm pretty sure he was going away for a long time. Like, he was going to go on like a hiatus for like a year, 2 years, or like some amount of months for him to get himself back in shape. But he faced Braun Strowman in this steel cage match, and he had no beard, yo. After that match, he came back in good shape.
He was like had a talented roster, yet Joe was pushed based solely on his name.
Yeah, we're gonna go to I don't know why that was most replayed.
Whilst this has been his only match in 2024, some fans may have found this one a hard watch. Number 8, the British Bulldog. The WWE decided to bring back the British Bulldog in
What the fuck? He fucked up on that. There's probably some people in the comments talking about that.
Bulldog had suffered a career-altering injury in WCW, so 99's version of the Bulldog was a stark contrast to the Bulldog that was in WWE years prior. Bulldog was way past his prime when he resurfaced in WWE, and even though they tried their best with him, it was never going to work. But credit should be offered to them for giving a legendary name another chance in the spotlight. Jim Ross reflected on Bulldog's 99 run on his podcast, and as
Jim
always,
Ross
didn't
JR pass away? Damn, he look old as shit.
Jim Ross reflected on...
I'm pretty sure he passed away. He look old as shit there, yo. Am I tripping, or do wrestlers just be aging like milk, yo? I swear they be aging like milk. Wrestlers, like, I swear, I see like a 52-year-old wrestler, they be looking like they 80. Jim Ross is 72 though, so he got an exception. He look his age.
Dog's 99 run on his podcast, and as always, JR had a fair and unbiased take on the matter. After all these things that went on with the Hart family and the WWE, including Owen's death, and all these unfortunate deaths and injuries and drug and alcohol issues that Davey made his return, I'm not against it. I believe in second chances, gosh darn. I've had plenty of them. It was tough. You always wonder, is he going to relapse? Is he really clean and sober? Is he healthy enough to get this thing done? There was always seemingly an abundance of unanswered questions that really needed to be answered before you kept moving forward with the talent. I think it was a business decision. I think Vince knew the pending legal issues that were going to occur as a result of Owen's accidental death was in play, quite frankly. And let's not forget that sometimes people take how good Davey was for granted. So when you get a chance to get a guy of this caliber, if he's healthy, back on your team, it's not a bad thing to try. Now this run wouldn't last long, as on 15th May 2000, he would take a hiatus from wrestling. Number 7, Ric Flair. Vince McMahon was completely justified in re-signing Ric Flair in 2001. Flair was still a major name in the world of pro wrestling, and he could still somewhat deliver in the ring. Flair's WWE run lasted between 2001 to 2008, and as this run went on, Flair's in-ring output seemed to get worse and worse. Age was evidently catching up to Flair. However, it wasn't all bad, as the multi-time world champion still had some standout matches during his final few years in the company. When Flair retired at WrestleMania 24, it was a moment of celebration, as Flair retired following an outstanding matchup against Shawn Michaels, and fans collectively hoped that this was it for Flair.
With FanDuel, a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV means more hunches.
Buffalo! New customers bet $5, get $200 in bonus bets.
Like, bro, it's like wrestlers really wait until like they 60 years old to stop wrestling. Like, it's that serious.
Unfortunately, Flair would wrestle numerous times after this matchup, including numerous duds in TNA and even on a pay-per-view card, which was marketed around his final matchup.
Bro, you must
all
really
of these
love
matches
this
were
shit.
difficult to watch, and there was concern throughout them that the legendary name was going to get seriously hurt. Flair even revealed that he had a legitimate heart attack during his last match. Number 6, Kevin Nash. When Kevin Nash returned to WWE television in 2011, there was some concern that Nash was going to wrestle way past his prime. Nash had an extended run in TNA, and his in-ring output during this run wasn't exactly captivating. Nash was still a shell of his former self during his 2011 WWE run, and his match with Triple H at the TLC pay-per-view was a testament to this. Nash was even rumored to wrestle CM Punk at one stage, and this would have been a total disaster. But Nash wouldn't stop in 2011, as he would wrestle numerous other times before officially retiring in 2016. Number 5, Kane. Kane managed to remain relevant in numerous eras in WWE. However, as Kane got into the latter stages of his career...
I remember watching Kane in 2014, 15, when Daniel Bryan was getting a big push, and Daniel Bryan started being solo by himself. Kane was just losing. Like, you would deadass just be like a filler match to me. Like, he had no excitement. He only had matches that was probably like 3 minutes long, and it was just him getting fucked up. He was a squash match type of guy, and he got squashed. But now Kane doing big things now. He a mayor of somewhere.
To see Kane in feature programs on TV began to dwindle. His lack of demand began to surface during his run as Corporate Kane, as Kane's matches were terrible, and WWE had stripped away everything that made his character special. In recent years, the Devil's favorite demon has taken a step back from the squared circle in favor of focusing on his political career, which is the right move, as Kane's WWE work was noticeably impacting his legacy. Despite there being a lack of demand to see the former WWE champion wrestle again, Kane hasn't shut the door on having one more WWE match. This is what he had to say during an interview with PW Mania. I'll always leave that door open. In WWE, you never say never. I don't know what will happen. I'll do some stuff here and there in the WWE. That's a part of me, and it's something I enjoy and want to do for the rest of my life. If it's something in the ring, I don't know. Maybe you have to ask Kane that question. Number 4, Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was named...
Bro, Hulk Hogan. I wonder when Kane and Undertaker's gonna come back at WrestleMania. Like, not to wrestle, but like they always bring the legends back for WrestleMania. So Undertaker damn sure gonna make an appearance sometime. Undertaker's gonna make an appearance and Kane gonna make an appearance. They might do it at the same time. Whoever's in charge.
Just didn't know when to call it a day. Hogan had numerous opportunities to retire on top, yet he couldn't resist coming back for another run time and time again. Hogan's runs throughout the 2000s left a lot to be desired, as outside of some bright moments, Hogan was evidently struggling with his long-term injuries, and this limited his mobility in the ring. Hogan would even wrestle in TNA, which was an unpleasant visual to say the very least. Why Hogan felt the need to wrestle in the company was never clear, but it completely exposed Hogan and it never should have happened. Hogan last wrestled back in 2012 in a live event match for TNA.
Oh my God.
Hogan has never officially retired.
Go back. Yo, like kicked him in the
completely
damn near his nuts on his stomach.
Never should have happened. Hogan last wrestled back in 2012 in a live event match for TNA, and believe it or not, Hogan has never officially retired. It was rumored that Hogan was going to win the annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal if you...
Yo, for anybody that's bald, why do y'all keep the hair on your sides? Like, I really want to know, because I'm not trying to talk shit, because, bro, if I ever go bald, oh my God.
Back. So it's clear that Hogan has no intentions of hanging up the red and yellow indefinitely. Number 3, Goldberg. Goldberg has never been a name known for his in-ring skills. But this didn't mean that Goldberg always had poor matches, as that simply isn't the case. But when Goldberg had his second WWE run, it became more obvious that Goldberg couldn't hang with the modern roster. Goldberg had the perfect reintroduction to WWE, as his match and subsequent squash of Brock Lesnar at 2016 Survivor Series marked a supposed iconic end to the character. Unfortunately, WWE brought the former world champion back time and time again, and they even put the Universal title on him twice. This was something that there was no demand for, and Goldberg's performance didn't warrant a world title win. Goldberg had some true stinkers during this second run, and worst of them was his infamous match with The Undertaker. This was a match in which Goldberg dropped the dead man right on his head, and it was a miracle that both men were able to walk out of the ring. Goldberg has stated publicly that he's open to wrestling again, and whilst nobody can stop Goldberg from competing again, maybe it's time that he enjoyed his retirement in peace and stayed out of the squared circle. Number 2, Mick Foley. 2000 was the year in which Mick Foley initially retired. Foley wrestled Triple H inside a Hell in a Cell, and this was set to be it for the wrestling megastar. However, this initial retirement lasted a matter of weeks, as Foley returned to be a key part of the build to WrestleMania 16. Following this reappearance, Foley wrestled numerous matches for the WWE that were unofficially labeled as retirement matches, and while some of these were all-time classics, some of them were sad affairs, with Foley wrestling names such as Carlito and Jonathan Coachman. Foley should have without a doubt stopped wrestling either following the 2004 Classic against Randy Orton or the 2006 Hardcore Masterpiece against Edge, but Foley just had the wrestling bug and couldn't resist carrying on. When Foley left WWE, he even wrestled several matches for TNA, and TNA, in a baffling move, even put their world title on him.
Come on, Mick
TNA
Foley.
had names such as Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, and Samoa Joe on the roster, and yet somehow they believed that Foley winning their world title was the correct move.
Yo,
Foley
fell off the
wrestling for
cage.
years on end after it was time to call it a day hasn't
Bro,
really
Mick
affected
Foley
his
probably
legacy.
took the
Foley's
most out of...
wrestling for years on end after it was time to call it a day hasn't really affected his legacy, as Foley is still an undisputed legend, yet his career would have had the perfect ending if...
Bro, Mick Foley was just getting thrown everywhere. Yo got thrown off of the stage, off of the Hell in a Cell.
...the day. And number 1, The Undertaker.
I was waiting for
WrestleMania
this.
33 was a perfect night for The Undertaker to retire. The dead man had done everything in the industry, and now it was time for him to bow out in style. Ultimately, the match with Roman Reigns was so disappointing that he decided to have several more matches. Some of these were decent, yet unfortunately, some of them represented the worst work of his entire career, as he just couldn't deliver like he used to. The matches with Goldberg and the tag match against DX were matches the dead man no doubt wishes to forget. The Undertaker kept going until he had a match that was good enough to retire on, and this wasn't until 2020. In the aforementioned year, the dead man wrestled AJ Styles in an acclaimed Boneyard match, and the Undertaker as well as the fans believed that this was the right time and the exact moment for the Undertaker to bring his career to a close. And there you have it, folks, 10 WWE wrestlers that wrestled way past their prime. Be sure to leave your comments down below.
Undertaker was my favorite wrestler too, yo. But yeah, man, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share all that. Let me know what to watch next. I'm out.
You don't really want no beef, you out of vegan fees. Just pay 200 for this line of red, you JT's and treat. The ops are smiling in the club and they ain't lead with teeth. Bitch crazy, tugging on my pants like she a demon freak. Bitch pay me, if it ain't about bread, ain't no need to speak. Big lazy, get up off your ass and try to feed the street. Ben Tager, bro inside the Bentley with the manual seats.
Alright, that's how you coming on here, Tay. Let me get on here. Yep. Bitch trippin', stump my Gucci slide, she got the manly feet. Bitch come and put that pussy on me, quit playing with me. Big glizzy poking out my purples, bitch stand with me. It's Big Sleep, you want me on your song, I need a band of feet. Been ballin' couple years ago, ain't have a hand to reach. Shit talker, niggas ride the way cause they be fans of me. Wake up and then I dream chase, I ain't no fan of Meek. United Masters pay me for my streams like every random.